Well, you're taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol, where House lawmakers are preparing for a high-stakes vote later today on whether to force the full release of the Jeffrey Epstein files. It's a rare moment of bipartisan pressure, and it could open the door to long-hidden details becoming public. At stake, thousands of documents, emails, travel logs tied to Epstein's trafficking network, many of them never seen before. Survivors and lawmakers say the files could reveal who enabled him and what investigators missed, and whether others can now be accountable. And with trafficking cases carrying no statute of limitations, the question now is whether this release could lead to new criminal exposure for anyone in Epstein's orbit. Defense attorney Darryl Cohen, we call him Uncle Darryl, back here with us to break down the vote on these files and what it could mean going forward. Welcome back to the show, Darryl.
Thanks very much, Jesse. It's good to be here.
All right.
Good morning.
Absolutely. When we look at the scope of these files, right, we talk about the names, the timeline, the financials, emails. What's the biggest risk for anyone connected to Epstein's network?
Exposure in capital letters and italics. He or she, mostly he, do not want to be associated with Epstein any more than they've already speculated that they may be. It's exposure.
Wow. So, this case spans decades. Legally, how do prosecutors deal with the aging evidence, old testimonies, or long timelines?
Well, let's face it, most of the people who should be indicted should be prosecuted. It's happened. And it may be not just most, it may be all. But what we're looking at are high-powered people, very visible people, who do not want to be associated with Epstein or anything about him. I mean, we've got the president who knows him. We've got other high-profile people who knows him. We've got Epstein, who took what we would say, a cheap, inexpensive plea in Florida in early 2000s. We've got the Epstein who was arrested and prosecuted for other criminal activity. We've got the Epstein who committed suicide. And we've got nothing good about Epstein other than he's dead. But his death has led to a trail of who was involved, how were they involved, why were they involved. Yesterday, we saw Larry Summers resign. It's not going to get any better unless and until they release all of the documents. And then our conspiracy theorists may or may not be right, but they'll have something to talk about rather than just mere speculation.
Yeah. You talked about exposure. Talk to me about the legal risk for anyone named in these files once they become public.
Well, if they're named and if they're just said he was there, he didn't do anything, then the risk is just, and I use the word just in italics, just the fact that he will lose his credibility. He would likely lose whatever elected position he's in or wants to be in. It's something that it's a stink that doesn't go away. It stays and it continues to fester. And so the longer it goes without any real evidence, one way or the other, just speculation, the worse it is. Let's get Congress, let it go. The president finally changed his mind and said, let it be. Yeah. Let's get it out there. So if we get it out there, we'll have a lot of people saying, I told you so, and others going, I don't know. I wish I knew what was in there.
You mentioned the president. You mentioned the president, right? He was once against it. Now he's saying, let's go, let's get it done. If his name is mentioned in there, what kind of legal exposure, if any, could it create for him?
There's two words there. It depends. And I think the president decided to have it released in that the mere speculation, the more you hide something, the more people want to know why. And so get it out there, put it on the public's eye, let them see whatever it is that he did with Epstein, for Epstein, to Epstein, or the girls that were involved. And those are the people that really are the tragedy. Those are the victims, not anybody else. Those.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You keep talking. We're listening to you.
No, I'm not sorry.
I was going to ask you about the limitations, right? There are no limitations to this. What makes this kind of a crime that, right, opposed to some other crime that has limitations?
Well, almost every crime you have has a statute of limitations. Murder normally does not. Armed robbery, burglary, simple battery, hitting someone, all of those things have a statute of limitations so that legally people cannot be prosecuted. It doesn't stop people from talking. It doesn't stop social media. but it stops a prosecution, whether it's state or federal. Here, there is no statute of limitations. So theoretically, if some crime has been committed and there's adequate evidence to prosecute it, the U.S. Attorney's Office in one jurisdiction, wherever it is, will end up prosecuting it. That will happen. I don't see anything on a local level because the prosecutors, I don't think, want to get involved in this, or they shouldn't, in my view, because it's a lose-win situation or a win-lose situation. You've got half the people that will say, I told you so, and he should be, or they should be prosecuted. The other saying, leave them alone. So in that case, let it be or prosecute it. If there's serious evidence against one or more people, they should be prosecuted. If it's just mere speculation, then social media continues its merry way, and there are going to be 9,000 different views of what should or shouldn't happen.
Yeah. All right. Defense Attorney Darryl Cohen, or Uncle Darryl, as we like to call you. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much for the insight. Really
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Disney. Take care and have a sunny day.